All right, we are on. Make sure we get this right. So, welcome everybody to the Birdman. This is my very first guest on the show, and I'm really happy. And we'll know. We'll go. Hopefully, years from now, we're gonna look at this and be like, "Hey, remember we did that first one?" And just kind of laugh about it. So, without further ado, the Nest Out West, two West Coast fans representing the Eagles, finally meeting together. And special shout out to you. Your channel's growing, and we want to hit that mile marker and just keep going, man. And I just want to give you a shout out for um, just joining us crazy Eagle fans and letting us know, your side and your insight and how it's going for you. So, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the fans out here.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills, and I am back in. Yes, sir. Representing the Eagles out here in Cali, and it's always nice to meet another Eagles content creator. And my man Birdman here is up and coming. Congratulations to you, man, for recently passing 100 subscribers. That's
Yes.
big time. That's always that's to me you're gonna your word the word is gonna start getting out there now. So just be prepared to work and keep your foot to the grind. If this is what you really want to do, definitely. I mean, this is something that I enjoy doing just because I love talking Eagles football and being out here in Cali. And I don't have I wasn't born into an Eagles family or anything like that. So you guys are my Eagles family now, basically. So yes, come check me out. The Nest Out West. Billy Fuego's Productions. I try to keep it. I try to keep it live, and when I say keep it fuego, that just means really be a good person, pay it forward, and that's what I'm trying to do today. And I'm really honored to be your first guest on the show. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I'm humbled. I appreciate you coming on. Um, like we were talking earlier and stuff. Like I'm more than just a fan. I'm a good friend, and if you're out close by, we'll go have some, something that you haven't tried. We'll go to a restaurant or grab a beer or whatever. I hope that we get to one of these tailgates soon. Hopefully, this pandemic kind of lets us hang out a little bit more. It's starting to seem like it's going that way. We will
Right.
be in Vegas, so I don't know how you are, if you're prepared for that for the Raiders game. But I'm saying that if you make it, dude, it's gonna be so much fun. And just like, dude, it's gonna be crazy. So get ready for. I'm already excited, dude. Like I'm already like seeing what I'm gonna wear because I want to stand out. I know Raider fans out there, so it's cool. Like, I want to keep it the fandom. Yes, we're Eagles and Raiders, but we have a passion for the team and we can get along sort of. So
Yeah, I mean, hey, if I'm gonna go to a Raiders game, even since they moved to Vegas, you better get me one of those bats. I need one of your custom made bats because
yeah,
we're gonna have to bring the steel if we're going to a Raiders games because you know how those fans roll. Some of them can get pretty rowdy. So
oh
and in
yeah,
Vegas, people are always partying it up. So it's going to be crazy out there. It's going to be live. It's going to be popping out in Vegas. But what are you in SoCal?
yeah. Right now I'm originally from Corona, California,
Okay.
Inland Empire, and right now I'm in the high desert. So I'm a little bit closer to Vegas, so I could probably get to Vegas. I'll be nice if I go a nice 70 miles per hour. I could probably get there in about 3 hours. So it's not too bad.
Okay.
I'm a truck driver,
Okay.
so that's kind of like a little small cruise for me because I drive all night long. So that's not even like a big deal.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I have never driven big rig, but I am a former delivery driver. I've driven, bigger trucks. I've driven the 24 footers and stuff like that. I used to deliver medical supplies most recently
Okay.
out here in Northern California and out throughout the Bay Area. But yeah, so we're definitely, I've been doing a lot of delivery driving, truck driving myself. So we definitely have more in
Yeah,
common. That's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. And then and part of truck driving. Well, luckily I don't have to do it anymore. But I work at the ports, so we do sit in the truck a lot. And then sometimes if I can, I'll try to go live and stuff. And I mean, it's crazy the amount of time I listen to YouTubers, like listening to you guys, like all the you. I mean, you just have to keep getting this info, like so much info. You listen to Philly radio stations, you listen to sport. It's just crazy, all the information. I'm like, I probably have so much information in my head. It's just ridiculous. I shouldn't have this much information, but I do. But it helps me, to just come up with my own opinions about everything and stuff. So I want to get
Yeah.
into a little. So this introduction is not just about Eagles talk. I want to get to know how you came about. How did you just say, you know what? I'm gonna wake up today and I'm just gonna be a YouTube. I'm just gonna talk about the Eagles. So let's. How did that happen? Like, what made you decide today's the day?
Well, it's something that I've really kind of had as an interest, and I just I hadn't found the right path yet to pursue it. I've always kind of been interested in sports talk, sports talk radio. I listen to all kinds of podcasts and sports talk radio and things like that. So that's always been a big interest in my life. And I've been an Eagles fan for over 25 years now. So it's
Okay.
very, very entrenched in me. And I absolutely love football. So that's why I decided, we give this thing a try. I feel that I have a pretty strong voice and I have good takes on things like that. So, and there's been times also too where, I've gone not just on the radio, call-ins on stuff like that, but I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but Don and Mike, Don Geronimo, he used to be pretty big time on the radio, more AM, but he had one day he just made a shout out to anyone who wanted to come in studio,
Right.
and I did, and I did a pretty good job, and it felt pretty comfortable to me. So to me, that was the sign that this is something that I should look into doing. And I just, like I said, I love talking Eagles football all the time. Anytime I run into somebody out here in Cali and NorCal that I see repping the Eagles, I always try to start up a conversation with them, even before my YouTube channel, even before I'm trying to search out subscribers and stuff like that, people that'd be interested in my content. And I just love, like I said, I just love the camaraderie and the Eagles fan base is one very, very strong and loyal fan base. So just very, very proud to represent the franchise on YouTube, especially.
That's cool. So what part of or where are you at? Where are you staying right now? And like, where are you close? I mean, you don't have to give specifics, but
Yeah,
pretty much where you're at.
yeah. So I'm basically in between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe. I'm in the foothills of
Okay.
Northern California, so that's where I got my name. Not born and raised in the foothills, so definitely not a country boy by nature. I was born and raised more in the Sacramento area. Went to high school in West Sac, so more hood, more street, things like that. But yeah, Philly foothills, definitely. That's living in the foothills now is where I kind of thought of that name, and I thought it was pretty catchy. And
Yeah.
and then one day it just kind of came to me. I'm like, the nest out west. That sounds good too.
Yeah.
And as long as I'm repping the Eagles logo, people shouldn't get too confused and think it's a Seahawks channel.
Yeah. I like your setup that you have. I see you're building your collection, and I'm gonna start. As I grow here, like I'm gonna start putting my building blocks together because one thing that I like to collect unique Eagle stuff. That's why I try to find anything that I could. Could you do an Eagles version of it, or this, or something? I always look for it. Like once in a while, I'll catch that rare Eagle item because in California,
Right.
it's very difficult to just like, because it's more,
Stumble across it.
right.
Yeah.
So when I do
Right.
find it, I'm like, okay, I got to take it, and then it's like they kind of know, like, well, this guy is an Eagle fan. This rarely comes out, so they kind of take advantage of that and be like, okay, well, I got this last piece, and you're like walking away, and you're like, oh man, and so you end up grabbing the piece, but that's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
So,
And I like that. I like that spinner with your name on it. That's really cool. Did you have that custom made, or did you make that yourself, or?
yeah, that was another custom piece that I found, and I can give you information on that. And you could do
Yeah.
your logo, whatever you want to do. And
Right.
I found them on Facebook. So they're very cool. I seen people with them. Sanford, they do a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's guys with big. I mean, I would put something bigger with this one too, but I already have the one, the big Eagles thing. So I
Right.
like like this I got in Vegas because
That's cool.
the reason why they have these is for like New Orleans. When you go to what do you call in New Orleans they
Mardi
have
Gras.
the Mardi Gras. So these are like, this is a
Yeah.
Mardi Gras chain, and they got, of course, the biggest ones and all that stuff like that. So
Right.
let me go down. I definitely want to get into these questions before we start talking about our birds. All right. So
Yeah.
you're a family man, single man, family man? What's going on?
Oh, family man. Yeah, definitely. Been married for going on 19 years now. Got a couple of kids of my own.
Okay.
I started really young. Yeah, I started at I got married at 20 years old, and I started a family right away. So yeah, my oldest is already grown. She just turned 18 this year and moved out.
Oh, wow.
So I have my son who's 12, almost 13, and I have a stepson too who lives with us. He's
Awesome.
an adult with disabilities, and yeah, he's 25, almost 26. So yeah, definitely shout out to Mrs. Philly Foothills for helping me with a lot of my stuff and being definitely the support and love behind me. She's all in with me on this YouTube stuff. So yeah, definitely shout out to the wifey for the love and support. Yeah, but yeah, family man for sure.
So that's as a family man, that's how you start getting the beard and the gray hairs come like each little problem.
Oh yeah, yep.
So,
I see you're a family man too, right? I was watching a little bit of that Halloween.
Oh yeah,
where you guys drove through that the fear farm, right? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a big Halloween buff. I like I mean I if I can, I like putting on me. I like I'm crazy, dude. Like I don't understand how but I think I just get a kick out of just people getting scared. I do love putting like on the clown makeup. People have a huge fear of clowns, and I know it's bad that I do it, but I just I get a kick out of it. And I mean, I went to a Halloween contest one time, and they asked me, they were begging me to take off my makeup, but this was the makeup that you actually apply with glue and all that stuff. So it took like almost an hour and a half to get all the makeup done. So they're in the crying, please sir, please take it off. Please take off your mask. And I couldn't stop laughing because it's not like I could just take off the mask. This is on me, I couldn't take it off.
Right.
And I guess she passed out in the club, and I mean, and they were just thinking I was crazy because I'm over here laughing and stuff, but because they keep begging me, take off the mask, but I couldn't. So, I mean, it was crazy. And, like if you do a good job, you can make some good money on those contests. I think it was like $1,500 for first place. So I was just like,
wow.
My wife actually does makeup. So, shout out to her. I was like, come on, baby, you gotta let's get this money, but, and I just get into character, dude. Like I'm probably those crazy guys you go to haunted houses and they're the ones that are hiding and they get you by surprise. You don't see them, they're hiding behind the wall. Like that's me, dude. And I'm just like, so
yeah.
All right.
Cool. So who's your favorite Halloween guy? Like Halloween movie? Who's your favorite scary? Who's the scariest guy out there to you? Like, who's your favorite? old school. It could be newer, old school. It doesn't matter.
I mean, Michael Myers is one that I do like very much, just for the simple fact is that his scariness, he's just standing there. And
He
if
is.
you stand somewhere in the shadows and people could see at the corner eye, it's the most freakiest thing because it's like you're a statue. But then you
Right.
second glance, you're like, holy crap, you know. So my
Yeah.
is up there. The second one that's kind of is the Jeepers Creepers character. I want to do that one day because
Ooh.
I love the fact that you know when they go to the cornfield and he's just kind of hanging there, and then like you don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's real, and then he just like boom, he's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool, he's like flying everywhere. That's probably pretty scary. He just pick you up and you're gone, like in seconds.
Right. Yeah.
So
No, but my favorite's definitely my favorite's always been. I'm with you on Michael Myers. Definitely, he's always been the boogeyman. When I think of Halloween, I think of to me that's what represents it. So
yeah,
absolutely, Michael Myers is a great call.
and whoever picked the song for that little piano noise and
Yes.
like it just
Yeah.
like all especially
Yeah.
when we were
Yeah.
young, we were hearing that like that piano
Oh
come,
yeah.
you're like, oh crap, gives you the
Yeah.
shit. All
Yeah.
right,
I used to
so
be in like yeah. I used to be in like choir in high school, and a buddy of mine, me and him were big Michael Myers fans, and he used to play the creepy the piano, and the
right.
girls would get freaked out. They would be like, "Stop it! Stop it! It's so scary." It's fun.
So
Yeah.
in your own family, is everybody on board as Eagles fans, or do you have some? Oh, I don't want to be an Eagles fan. Is the wife on board with you, or who's the? Is everybody on
um,
board? Or
yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say for the most part they are. They're not real. They're not super big football fans, but
support?
the wife is definitely an Eagle supporter for sure. Absolutely. She does love her. I'm not gonna lie. She loves herself some Aaron Rodgers, but she's not a Packers fan at all. She definitely she roots for the Eagles, but
She likes those State Farm commercials, huh?
yeah, but yeah, I have my brother, who my only sibling. He's a Cowboys fan, so that definitely adds to the sibling rivalry for sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. All right,
Yeah.
what is the craziest thing that has happened to you during a sports event? If it was an Eagles, it could be any sports event, but if it happens to be an Eagles sports event, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
You mean like on the field? Or
Yeah, you're in the audience. It could be tailgating before the game, and this guy decides he's going to streak or something wild that's happened to you, and you could not believe at a sports event. It could be any sports event. It could be your daughter's soccer game or anything. Something just crazy that happened.
got you. Yeah. So I could bring one up. There was there was a time when I was watching my daughters play softball, and it was at a park where there was a playground, and I wanted to watch, and the closest stands to the playground, so I could keep an eye on my other kid, was the opposing team stands, and I'm not, being an Eagles fan, we're not very quiet, so I was rooting for my daughter's team, and some of the other parents were like giving me shit about it. They're like telling me to go sit in the other stands, and like I was just like, really, like seriously, like let's calm down a little bit. This is like, this is like little girls like softball, so it's like they're like, yeah, they were like getting voices with me, and they were telling me that I needed to be quiet or I needed to move or whatever. But it was that's what popped into my head when you said something like that.
Yeah, it is funny when it comes to young sports. I do see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to my son's baseball game, and if the umpire did some silly call, I mean, I seen parents get ejected and stuff like this.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty.
yeah. Some of those parents get crazy. Some of them get loco.
That's a good one. All right, so let's see. So here's a silly one. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I like it though. I like your style of questions to get to know somebody. That's good. I would say it does,
All
but
right.
not on all pizza. Obviously, I mean it's gotta be on certain types of pizza. But I could definitely rock with the Hawaiian. I'm not opposed. I don't ever pick pineapple off my pizza if it's there. I'm eating it. Yeah, I'm not a picky guy, so
it's the
we're good with the
weird
pineapple.
thing. It does it when you do think about putting pineapple on a pizza. It does sound like ridiculous. Like, why would you put fruit with tomato sauce on it? But for some reason
Right.
it worked. I don't know who thought. Maybe
It does.
somebody had a fruit salad and some pineapple fell on a pizza, and then they didn't want to throw the
Right.
pizza away. You can't waste the pie, so maybe that's
Yeah.
what happened. All right,
Yeah.
so here's
My youngest son is a big. He loves pineapple pizza.
all right.
He'll eat straight just pineapple and cheese. He doesn't even need the Canadian bacon. He'll rock just straight pineapple and cheese. He would definitely agree with me and you.
Team pineapple. All right. Okay, here's another one. I don't know if you tried it, but okay, In-N-Out or Whataburger?
Whataburger?
Yeah, because right now that is like a huge fight. That's a huge debate. So are you team In-N-Out or team Whataburger?
I don't know if I've ever. Whataburger might be only a SoCal thing. I don't know if I've seen.
No, it's another state.
I've seen Wayback Burger.
Like
Oh, it's
Texas,
in Texas.
Whataburger, yeah. And other spots.
Gotcha.
You traveled out. There's Whataburger, and right now, like Texas is going wild, and they're trashing In-N-Out. Like it's like a viral thing right now. So if you haven't tried it, but yeah, I mean, I've tried Whataburger when I traveled out there to Texas. And
Yeah.
I thought it was just average Joe, dude. I thought it was just an average burger, dude, and it did not compare to In-N-Out. So I'm team In-N-Out. So, if you haven't tried Whataburger, yeah, I mean, try it and then do the comparison one day. But I'm team In-N-Out. So we'll just we'll leave a question mark on that. So
I'll definitely mess with some animal fries. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. The best cheesesteak in Philly. It doesn't have to be Geno's or what's Geno's and I can't think of the other one. Just what's your when you've been to Philly? You've been to Philly, right?
You know what? I haven't. To be honest with you, I haven't been to Philly yet. So
okay, so
I gotta get there, man.
Okay, so definitely you got to put that on the checklist right there. And like that'll be another cool thing. Like maybe we can get together if whatever trip's coming out when we can plan it. Like I said, I don't know how this whole COVID thing's gonna happen, changes and all that, but I know they're having more fans. But definitely got to link up together, head out there. I'm gonna definitely go out there again. My wife didn't go, and I want to take some of my kids, but I can't take all of them because the plane would be full with all my kids, so I can't do that.
How many Rugrats you got?
Oh, I lost count, man.
You're funny, bro.
It's a total 7 of us. I have 3 stepchildren, and
cool.
No wait, am I doing? Yeah, 3 stepchildren.
don't leave anybody out.
Yeah. So 6. There's a total of 6. And my oldest just turned 20 today.
Oh, happy birthday to your oldest.
Yeah, happy birthday to Isaac.
Another April birthday. I just turned 39, or he's a May birthday, I should say. Yeah. But I turned 39 last month.
All right, here's another fun question. You're stuck on an island and you get to bring 2 items. So it could be like an example, like a lighter and a knife or something like that. So what you bring you're stuck on an island. What do you got? You get 2 items. What are you bringing?
Got you. Well, that's a good question. Yeah, I would definitely bring something to create fire for sure.
All right.
And Stuck on an island. Man, I'd probably bring a nice fishing rod. To throw in the water. Hopefully catch some nice fish to put on that fire. But yeah, I'd say a fishing rod and a torch or something like that.
Yeah. I get some people really struggle with that. They're like, they don't know what to bring. I'm like, come on, you got to think about how you're going to survive. People really struggle with that. Some people are like,
yeah.
give me a lifetime supply of a beer or something. I'll be fine. I'm like, okay.
Well, that life's not going to be very long on that island, that's for sure. So you're not going to need to bring too much beer with you.
I have heard some people say a chicken. Like, I want a chicken.
That's funny that you said that, because that's what kind of popped into my head to begin with. But then I was thinking, well, how am I gonna cook the chicken eggs? I can't just rocky it all the time. I can't just go cracking raw eggs into a cup or into my hand and into my mouth and eat them.
You're gonna have to figure it out.
Right.
All right. Let's see. All right. This one. Let's see. That's okay. Second island. All right. You're on a boat and you can only save one person. Those two people are Howie Roseman or Tim Tebow. Who are you saving?
I love these questions. These are great. Well, I'm pushing Howie into the water, and me and Tebow are going. I guess. Yeah. If you watch any of my videos, you know how I feel about Mr. Howie Horrible. So, I mean, yes, he did do a pretty good. I have to give him credit, though. He did do a pretty good job in this draft, and even with some of these undrafted free agents that we got. I have to give him credit where credit's due. But if you guys out there in Eagles land, Eagles Nation, you guys have followed Eagles football for the last 10 years or so since he's been GM. Yeah. His track record, especially at drafting, sucks.
Right.
So that's where they ended. When I say Howie Horrible, I'm really talking about his drafting, because that's really, to me, that's really, really key to being a successful GM and to building a championship team. You have to be good at drafting and recognizing talent, and not not letting your ego get the best of you. And sometimes he does that.
Yeah. So it's funny when you think about this year's draft. Everybody's eyes are on Howie, right? And you would think like this guy is trying to be the nicest, the smartest GM, the smartest man in the room. He does, because he's in hot water. I mean, let's face it, he's in hot water because this thing could either go really, really bad, or he could still ride the wave and keep it ashore. But if this thing goes bad, it's like, dude, this is your job. This is your career here.
Right.
The base is already sort of divided with it.
Yeah.
The base is.
It is.
Yeah.
He's definitely been in hot water from the fan base, especially. Jeffrey Lurie has to kind of, he's got to start taking those mom goggles off, so to speak, and start looking at things the way he should as an owner, because
right.
If he lets the drama and some of the things that have gone on with Howie, if he lets that kind of stuff continue, it's not going to be good. Not going to be good at all.
Yeah, I got a comment here. Shout out to you for tuning in.
Nikki Evans in the house. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, I think we scapegoat Howie just a bit. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I think that his, he obviously, he did amazing things with free agency in that Super Bowl run year with, the signings of LeGarrette Blount and Jay Ajayi and people like Chris Long, veterans who got us over that hump, things like that. But, to me, I think there's better GMs out there, and I would like to see somebody like Louis Riddick be our GM.
All right. You change mic right now?
you change mic right now?
Yeah, is it echoing at all?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because my earpiece just died. So
All right.
give me a second.
Sure.
Sure.
Be right back. Actually, let me just go.
I can't talk to you and read.
I'll let him set up right there real quick. Give him a second. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in right now. All right, there you go. Testing
Sure.
101. We're good? We're good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Nikki's saying, give credit where it's due. Wentz fell apart. Howie saw it coming and hurts. Howie put together a Super Bowl team in which a backup quarterback won it. Yeah, he definitely, there's no faulting in that at all. The thing that Eagle fans are pretty much just like we haven't been hitting on these receivers, and when we see these other receivers succeeding in other teams, knowing that they could have been in Philadelphia, we just keep. It just seems like we keep like procrastinating having a number one receiver here. It seems like to me because we could have had Metcalf. What's the other guy that's on the Cowboys?
CD Lamb.
CD Lamb. Because we were just like one move away, and
Right.
And then Jefferson. So those types of moves, and then like the Jalen Hurts pick, either it's a really, if Hurts succeeds and he's something like a Donovan McNabb or even like a Dak Prescott type player, we kind of struck gold on it because we just have to if you get the right pieces around him, which unfortunately I don't think we got enough pieces around McNabb. T.O. was still injured on that bowl, but through that cheap shot from Dallas. And if he was 100%, I think we win that bowl and we have 2 titles. Just like things you just got to remember about like that. But that's why I kind of see where Howie's kind of in that hot water thing. Just awkward things about the re-signings were kind of awkward too, like the Deshaun Jackson, the Lord Alshon. Who else was he? Just questionable things that the fans.
I mean, just being in love with some of the older players too long, like Jason Peters.
Not letting go. Peters,
right? Yeah. And this past off season, to me, I'm still scratching my head about not extending Derek Barnett. I mean, I know they're still kind of on the fence about him, but for him to make $10 million this year,
right?
That's just way overpaid for the production and for the availability of him not being on the field that we've had out of him, since he's been in the league. I know he's still very young, and I'll give him that. But yeah, I mean, Howie, I gave Howie credit for this draft. I gave him a solid B plus.
Yeah, I got a B on it.
Yeah.
Just, I wasn't too excited with the second round pick because number one, it's just the injury thing, and we have no room for bringing injured players because we're not even taking care of that. Who's to blame? Is it the medical staff? Are these players really getting this hurt? Like, remember Howard? I don't know what happened to Howard. They said it was like Jordan Howard is hurt for something minor, and then we just never saw him again. Like I don't know if they're just giving us bad press and just telling us false information. Like, I don't. If the guy's hurt really bad, then just say it. It even seemed fishy with Deshaun Jackson. They were just. I was hearing. Okay, I'm over here in Cali. I was hearing information about the injury was actually more. It was really worse than what they were saying. They just didn't want to tell us. They were holding it. But I was like, wait a second. How did I get this information? And then when you listen to Philly radio, they're saying, "Oh, he should be back next week and all that." But I don't think he played the rest of the season, man. It was just I was really upset with that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll have better luck in the injury department, especially with the offensive line. I mean, we had so many different um, combinations of offensive line last year. It wasn't even funny, and we got good. It's a good thing that we, if we did move on from the Colts, number two. That's what the number two from the Colts. That's what we like to call him now. But we did move on from him, and we have Hurts in the house now, and it's a good thing he's a mobile quarterback, because if we have some issues up front, he's going to have to be able to move around and improvise. So
I'm about to call Dr. Drew, man. He can be the Eagles' psychic guy over there, therapy and all that. When all these guys are feeling sad,
right.
So I'm almost done. I got 3 more questions for you. So
All right.
Something you're great at.
I am great at imitating Chewbacca.
All right, let's hear it. Let's give me your best Chewbacca.
All right, let me get the pipes ready.
You should definitely do that at a restaurant. If the restaurant served you some good food, you definitely got to do the Chewbacca. And that's pretty good.
Thanks, man.
All right. Something you learned as a kid. Something you learned.
I learned how to just basically figure out how something works, and be able to try to fix it. Basically, my dad was good at fixing a lot of different things. So, he really just taught me to try to, if you don't understand something and how it works, tinker with it, study up about it and learn how to fix it.
And what's cool about that is that this is when your dad was telling you that back then, there was no YouTube. So your dad it was all up here.
Right.
Now there's a cheat code we can get on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, this is the final question that I have, and it says, advice you learned that you can share with us.
That's a good one. The advice that I have learned, some of the advice I've learned along the way is to really try to put your best foot forward. Try to be a good person. Try to do things for others. Not just take, but also, not just receive, but also give as well. You got to pay it forward, and just really, I try to be a humble person and look out for the next guy, and just to give you an example, the other day, a complete stranger, I was at Home Depot, and there was a gentleman, a younger guy with a lady, and he looked like he had just had knee surgery or a knee injury, because he had a big knee brace on, and he was in a rascal wheelchair.
Right.
And they were getting a really big barrel of fencing wire, metal farm fencing that's wrapped up in a big roll. It's really heavy. So, I seen him about to get up out of his rascal, and I'm like, do you need a help? Do you need a hand? Because his girlfriend wasn't that big, and she didn't look that strong either. So, he was definitely very gracious for that. And that's just an example of, things I just try to do on a daily, just try to do good things, just try to be a good person, keep it fuego.
Yeah. Yeah. And as men, it's important to teach other men these things too, because it's just like the little things. Sometimes you can get a read on a person, and you could tell that maybe they're struggling.
Right.
If you have it, give them $5 or $10 if they're, at the gas station, and you see that they just have $1 or something to put some gas. If they're, you could just go off somebody's body language, and you could just kind of see that they kind of need help, or just simple things, or if it doesn't hurt you and it's not going to kill you, do that extra, take that extra step, and it can go a long way. So if you do that to someone, maybe they return that favor and they do that to somebody, and
Right.
so forth.
Right.
And it's so true. You do pay it forward. Like, I like the people that they're like, hey, I'm going to pay for that Starbucks drink or the meal. I'm going to get that meal for them today.
Yeah, for the next person behind them. Right.
That goes a long way. So
It does.
that's definitely good advice. And all my fans out there, you listen up, and you can't go wrong with that advice. So
Appreciate it, man.
we're almost done here. I know you got how much time you got left.
I got a few minutes. We're good.
So right now, there's a wide receiver that we just picked up, and I've been hearing more noise. He's the undrafted guy. Is it Grimes? Is this Grimes?
Yeah, Trevon Grimes.
Okay,
Yeah, out of Florida.
Give me your opinion on that situation. Because I'm hearing a lot of hype. I'm hearing a lot.
Right. And this kid, it's surprising that he went undrafted. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
He's from what I'm reading about him, he's 6'3", 220. He's got a really, really big wingspan. I think it's like 77 inches from what I've been reading. So he's got long arms, which is very, very useful as a receiver. I have to study more film about him because I'm not a big college football guy, and I don't definitely not Florida, so I don't watch a lot of their games. But I know they had Kyle Pitts on that offense, and they had the guy that the Giants drafted in Tony. So they had other weapons too. So he was not necessarily the the top dog, right? The top target on their offense. So, but I am too hearing a lot of hype about him. A lot of other Eagles content creators are blowing him up right now. Like Joey Shake. Shout out to Joey Shake 72. Shout out to Moochie Robinson. Shout out to even Philly Notion out there in Texas.
Yeah,
he's living the rough life out there in Texas. So, they're blowing him up. I mean, he's getting a lot of hype, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to study his tape a little bit more to totally dive in on him. But he's got a very good chance at making this roster.
This receiving room went from like a bunch of question marks to like this room is really full now.
Oh yeah, well, I mean we're looking at Devontae Smith, Travis Fulgham, Jalen Reagor, Quez Watkins, Greg Ward Jr., John Hightower, and then we just added Trevon Grimes and the other kid from Texas A&M, Jamon Osborne. So, those two undrafted free agents, I think, have a good chance of making that roster. And I think JJ and Hightower may be on the outside looking in, really, when it comes to the wide receiver room.
Yeah, and one thing that these guys are going to have to do, especially the young guys, is they're going to have to try to find some way to hook up with Jalen Hurts immediately, because with no OTAs, we're kind of lacking the one-on-one. Especially, they're going to be new. These are all new, pretty much all new coaching. So it sucks because it's not like a full NFL regular season. Still COVID protocol. So they have to find other ways to get, to vibe and I mean this is going to be exciting because this is a lot of wide receivers. It's kind of like Overlook. What's up, Philly Talk Podcast? How you doing, man?
Shout out to Philly Mike.
What's up, brother?
Big time Eagles content creator. Shout out to Philly Mike.
Yeah, and this wide receiving room it's like, dude, it's like almost like we're gonna have a party, bro. It's like where are we gonna put these guys? I mean, this is gonna be some fighting going on because they're gonna really want to make this team, and somebody's got to step up. And like in my past video, I was talking about, Jalen. Last year was such a catastrophe, and I think it killed a lot of thunder. The most exciting that it was last year was Jalen Hurts coming back and kind of just like picking up the scrap heat and trying. He was trying to make the best pie out of this like lettuce and the worst ingredients you could think
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
and he gave us that. He gave us the fight. Us fans want to see the fight, and
Right.
we want to try to win the game at for everything, no matter how it is,
Right.
scratch and claw, and we want to win. And I
I
just
mean,
want them to bring out the best out of everybody. Like
right.
that's what I truly want. Like let's make the best pie. Let's make the best pizza. The best sauce. The best
Yeah.
ingredients, and give the fans what we've been hungry for and striving for.
Right. I mean, in Jalen Hurts, you're gonna get that. He's a competitor. He's a dog. He's his mindset is, you know, he absolutely wants to win at all costs, and he has that drive and how he prepares and how he conditions his body and things like that too. So
Right.
I'm very excited for Jalen Hurts, and because of what you said just now about last year and this being a new coaching staff and a lot of new pieces on this team now. And we have to look at this as, especially, to all the Jalen Hurts haters out there, we have to look at this as his rookie year extended. We did not see enough of him. And again, this is a whole new team, a whole new coaching staff. So it's like starting from the bottom, and sky's the limit for this kid because he is an absolute competitor. If you guys haven't, go watch some of his training videos. Jalen Hurts is a competitor, and he will win in this league. He's got a lot. He's getting a lot of coaching as far as his techniques and his footwork and things like that. So
Right.
he's only gonna get better. He really is.
Yeah, and he's going to take this building block, and I feel like he's going to run with it. I don't think, me personally, I don't think that he's going to fail this year. I don't feel that he's just going to be like, "Oh, woe is me. I'm not a franchise guy." No, this guy, he wants to win. I just feel it, man. I don't know. Even people were doubting me that we were going to win the Saints game, and I told people, I said, "Look, listen, we're gonna beat the New Orleans Saints." People thought I was crazy, and I said, I just felt it. I just felt the energy.
It was a trap game for New Orleans. It was because they didn't have much tape professionally wise to go on from Hurt. So I understand where you're going with that.
As much as you say it was a trap game, they didn't have no answer for what he was about.
Right.
They had no answer. Like, wait a second, this guy's gonna run on us. This guy came out of the scrap heap. He didn't even have a OTAs. He didn't practice with the ones.
Right.
This guy has no business doing what he did. They even what's the coach Sean on Sean Payton was dumbfounded. He was like, "Real? This guy is gonna do this to us? This guy?" And I go back to that game, and I go back to the Arizona game. I mean, just look at what we're asking of this guy. This guy had no business even messing around or even coming that close. I mean, Carson, he really let the problem that was occurring really get to him. He let the noise, the coaching, the rumors really get to him. And I was, Eagle fans are distraught with that. Like, I really thought Carson Wentz, we finally got our franchise dude, and we didn't have to worry about this problem. But here we are today talking about a new quarterback. And one thing that I do say is that we need to, he was talking about quarterback carousel, or what do you say, quarterback factory?
Right. QB
Dude,
factory. Yeah.
We're becoming a coach factory. Like, we're not just being a quarterback factory, we're being a coach factory. And I look like at organizations like New England and the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Dude, they're keeping their nucleus together for years. Like, they're not even letting go of Mike Tomlin. Like, he's still playing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, as much as everybody wants to talk crap about him about last year, I mean, you took the franchise quarterback away, so now he's gonna pick the pieces up, and I think they're actually going to be pretty decent this year. But I want to stop switching coaches. I want to stop switching quarterbacks, and let's fix everything else around. Stop switching everything. Like we're not the Transformers here. We can't just keep transforming every year. We have to have a foundation.
Right. I agree with you. I mean, it's important to that's definitely important. And there was two coaches that I'm glad that came back and got retained. And the one very most important to me is Stoutland. You know, the offensive line coach. He was retained. He almost went to Alabama uh, this past off season, but Coach Jeff Stoutland, he's the best in my opinion as far as offensive line coaches go in this league.
Right.
And it was absolutely. I was so glad to see that he came back, and also the wide receiver coach Aaron Moreland, or Moorhead, I should say. Damn, my phone just shut down.
I could hear you. Or he's out. We need Hurts to be either really good or really be not mediocre, good enough to be a franchise guy, bad enough to get us there. Yeah, it's let me it's gonna be very tricky to see. I really wish that he is the right piece to this puzzle, and we don't have to worry about all that. But it's kind of sad that you have to kind of think of it. So if he doesn't succeed, and let's say we win 4 games, you know, we're gonna be here we are, we're probably going to be looking at a quarterback for 2022. We're going to be looking at another quarterback in the draft, and I feel it's going to suck because we might have to use that draft capital to be moving up to either get a quarterback or something like that. But I fear I don't want to deal with that at all. Stop switching. So it looks like I lost the nest out west. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the show up. But thank you for everybody tuning in today. This was a really fun show. We're going to have to do this again. And you know how it is. Fly, Eagles, fly. You guys have a blessed day, and stay tuned, and peace.